coming from. Maybe you're not in a university. Oh, we're live. Awesome. I was speaking mid-live. Hi, everyone. How are you? This is Tejo from Feenix. I'm super excited that you guys are joining us at 1 o'clock lunchtime. Maybe you guys are eating, having some food. Welcome to our talking you through the Feenix registration journey. Maybe you can pop your name in the comment, what university you go to, what university you're wanting to attend. If you're a first year trying to make that decision, we're super excited to have you here. And maybe we can just read out who's here, give it some time in a little bit while we're on. Just to introduce, I am Tejo Meko. I am a student advancement coordinator from Feenix. And we're super excited to tell you guys about how you can register on our platform and start your journey with Feenix specifically. And yeah, just to give you a little bit of background, okay. I was going to give you guys a little bit of background. My mind is all over. It's Friday, super excited for the weekend. But just to give a bit of background, we are Feenix. We have a secure crowdfunding platform that is dedicated to students trying to pay off their student debt. And we just wanted to give you guys a little bit more insight on how you guys can register on our platform, how you can better your profile. So let me just read through who is here, which university you guys go to. And if I butcher your name, I am so sorry. I will try my best. But I see here we have Meninhle from University of Wits. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see we have Owetu from UJ. Super excited to have you. We have Londi from TUT. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then we have Lungile from MUT. I see you guys are from all over, from Gauteng, from UKZN, from all over. I see Eunice as well. Super, super, super keen to have everyone here, right? So I'm going to introduce my two other amazing colleagues that will be guiding us through this journey of how you can register onto the Feenix platform. We'll have Bashira and Angelica that will be telling you how you can set up your profile, what information you need, and just giving you a step-by-step guide on how you can create a successful Feenix profile and how you can become live on our platform. So take it away, Bash. We're super excited to have you.
Hi, thanks so much, Tejo. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you all took the time out to join us today. As Tejo said, it's a Friday, so we hope that you're super, super amped for the weekend. But more importantly, we hope that you're super, super amped to start your fundraising journey with Feenix. I am Bashira. I am a student advancement coordinator at Feenix. And the platform has officially opened for 2024, which means that you guys can renew those profiles. You can start creating those profiles if you're new. And the team is here today to talk you through exactly how to do that. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat section. We will be doing a Q&A at the end of the session, and we're going to try and get through as many of your questions as possible. So without any further ado, let's get the show on the road, Tejo. So some of you that are in this live right now might be Feenix OGs. Welcome back. We've missed you. But for those of you that are new, welcome to you as well. We're super excited to have you. And more importantly, we are super excited to walk alongside your fundraising journey towards debt-free education. So just to give you some more background on who Feenix is and what we do, just in case you're not too familiar with us. So we are a public benefit organization that is based in Cape Town, and we launched in 2017 in response to the South African Fees Must Fall movement. And at the heart of what we do and at the heart of our organization, we believe that access to education should not be dependent on wealth, right? So we also believe in making education more accessible by connecting tertiary education students in need of support to various donor communities that are looking to make a difference through a secure fundraising platform. So Feenix offers you as the student a way to really validate your fundraising efforts and to really put a lot of merit and value behind it when you are reaching out to your donors in your various communities, rallying them behind you and asking them to come alongside you and make those donations, right? So students can use the Feenix platform to actively fundraise towards the outstanding university fees. And we do this through various fundraising interventions that are available. So being an honorary Feenix student does not only mean you get to fundraise, there are a host of other things available to you in our team to really help you and walk alongside you on your journey. And we will be getting through that a little later, right? Our mission, extremely simple, to connect communities in an innovative way to achieve debt-free education. And our vision is a society in which all are able to fulfill their potential regardless of wealth. Next, Tejo. Awesome. So now that you know who we are, right, you're probably wondering, how do you qualify to actually utilize the platform? So let me take you through this a little bit, right? So we've got a number of criteria that we do need to consider when students are looking to fundraise using the Feenix platform. The first criteria is citizenship criteria, right? So the Feenix platform can currently assist students who are South African citizens, or students who have permanent residency, or who have refugee or asylum seeker status. Now, I must issue a bit of a disclaimer. For refugee and asylum seeker students, you might find that it is a little challenging for you to create a profile on our website. And this might be because you are using a permit number. But don't stress, we are still here to support you. All you need to do is drop us an email or a WhatsApp letting us know that you are a student with asylum seeker or refugee status. And one of our very helpful student advancement team members will take you through what the next steps are to onboard you onto the platform, right? So now you're probably wondering, what is the course criteria? What is Feenix looking for in terms of what students are studying? So you can be studying anything. You can be in any faculty. You can be doing any course, right? You can also be any year of study, and this includes both undergrad as well as postgraduate studies. But you do need to be a student at a public South African university, right? So at this point in time, Feenix is not able to assist students who might be studying through private institutions or TVET colleges. So we do need students to be registered or have been registered at a public South African university who also have current or historical debt, right? And then also full-time and part-time students are more than welcome to create a fundraising platform with the intention of fundraising towards the outstanding fees. Now, in terms of financial criteria, right? So when you register, which we'll get to in a few moments, you are asked to submit some information that will allow Feenix to determine what your combined annual household income is. So a part of the Feenix criteria is that students need to have a combined annual household income of below 600,000 Rand. And if you are a student that is living with a disability, you need to have a combined household income that is less than 800,000 Rand for the year in order to be considered to fundraise using the Feenix platform, right? And then, as I mentioned previously, students with historical or current debt, or even a combination of both, including students who have already graduated and are looking to fundraise so that they can finally get that degree in their hand, you guys can go ahead and create a fundraising profile on our platform. So what exactly will you need to set up a platform, right? A profile, right? So the first thing you're definitely going to need is a working email address. A lot of the communication that we'll send to you throughout your registration journey, as well as any communication pertaining to other opportunities or other offerings that we have available for you, will be communicated to you via your email address. So it's super, super crucial that the email address you're providing us with is working, is one that you have access to, and one that you're checking quite regularly, right? We'll also need some personal and educational details. And this is, again, just to get to know who you are, what you're studying, where you're studying in the country, to be able to assist you as best as we possibly can. A profile picture according to the guidelines on the website. So yes, we do put up some guidelines when you are registering to give you some idea of what a great profile picture would look like for your profile. And my colleague Angelica is going to take you through some of those tidbits a little later on, right? You'll also need a certified ID copy or a certified copy of your permit, and the certification date cannot be older than 6 months, right? Additionally, you'll also need to upload your official fee statement. Now, this is a complete fee breakdown from your university, and we do need this fee statement or these costs to reflect on a fee statement that either has the university letterhead or the university stamp. Now, I know it can be a little confusing, and some students might think that they need both, but this is not the case, right? You can have either or. So you can either have the letterhead or the stamp, as long as it is from the university and it is verified from the university. You can go ahead and upload it onto your profile when you're registering or when you're creating that profile or renewing it if you're the Feenix OG student, right? You also need to write a story or a motivation. And similar to the profile picture, there are some guidelines on the website when you are registering, but Angelica will be taking you through that as well a little later. We'll also need your latest proof of registration or your letter of completion. So with the proof of registration, we do understand that there are many of our students that are looking to fundraise once they have graduated, or the last time that they studied could be the previous year, and so they don't have a proof of registration for the current year, so 2024. Don't stress about it. You can upload the last proof of registration you received from your university. So if you have a 2023 proof of registration, you can upload that proof of registration, or if you already graduated, feel free to upload your letter of completion instead. Now, for students who do identify that they are living with a disability, there are 2 additional documents that you guys will be required to submit. The first one is going to be a completed EEA1 form, which is a form that Feenix will provide to you. And don't stress, it's not 100 pages long. It's just a single form. You'll just need to fill out a few details and you'll send it back to us once you've completed it as required. The second thing you'll need to upload is your medical note confirming your disability if you have identified that you live with a disability. Angelica will take you through the various points that you need to keep in mind for your medical note a bit later. But just a heads up, it does need to be from a practicing medical practitioner that does state the disability that you are currently living with. Next, Seho. Then we also need something called a sponsor ID number. Now, this might be a little confusing, right? So go back a bit to the point I made earlier about your household income or your combined annual household income. So the reason we need an additional ID number for anyone in your family that's living with you in your household is so that we can, as accurately as possible, determine what your combined annual household income is, right? So what does the sponsor ID need to be? It needs to be a valid South African ID number, right? The ID number is then used to check your combined annual household income. It can be the ID number of a parent, a guardian, a spouse, a sibling, anybody that is currently living in your household with a valid South African ID number. This person also needs to be over the age of 18. So the ID number cannot belong to a minor, right? If your family members are unemployed, or if the ID number that you are choosing to enter belongs to someone who is currently unemployed, this won't be a problem. We simply needed to, again, check what the combined annual household income is for you for the year, right? We also do our family household income check through an independent third-party accredited consumer profile bureau. So this means that the ID numbers are run through a very safe, accredited system that helps us to, as accurately as possible, determine what your combined household income is for the year. This bit of information is extremely crucial, and you won't be able to leave it out when you are creating your profile, because we won't be able to proceed with validating your profile effectively without this information. And then finally, something new that we've added this year is the survey that will be attached to your welcome mailer. So at Feenix, we realize that students are in need of a lot of different types of support, and they are also going through different journeys when they are coming onto the platform. So we have come up with a way to engage with you from the beginning of your journey to better understand what your needs are, why you're coming to the Feenix platform, and how we as the Feenix family and community can better support you on your journey. So when you sign up, whether you are new or whether you are coming back to Feenix, you will receive a mailer from us welcoming you back to the platform or welcoming you to the platform for the first time, and also reminding you that you do need to complete your profile for validation. In this mailer, there will be a link attached for the survey. The survey is not long, I promise, but again, it will just allow us to better understand what your needs are and how Feenix can best assist you. So it is really important that you guys are completing the survey and that you are engaging with the survey, because this tells us what we need to know about you as an individual and how we as Feenix can come to the party and assist you or support you along the way. Moving on. Great. So this is basically just an overall summary of what I've just said, right, about student registration. So now we know that we need a certified ID copy that's not older than 6 months. We need a great stellar picture, an awesome motivating story, the latest proof of registration or letter of completion. And if you are a student that has identified you living with a disability, you'll also need to attach your medical note from your medical practitioner as well as your EEA-1 form. Then for our students who have asylum and refugee status, you are more than welcome to also utilize the Feenix platform. Like I said, if you are struggling to create your profile directly on the website, please feel free to send us a WhatsApp or an email. We will be linking our contact details at the end of this webinar. Pop us a message, pop us an email, let us know that you are finding some difficulties, and one of our amazing team members will reach out to you and let you know how we can proceed with onboarding you and also validating all your information to make sure you meet the criteria to start your fundraising journey. And in a nutshell, that is the basics of what you need to know when it comes to creating or renewing your fundraising profile for 2024. So I'm going to hand it back over to our amazing host, Seho, to take you into the next segment of this webinar.
Thank you so much, Bash. Thank you for giving us just so much insight on what is needed to set up your profile and all the information that you need to put together so that you're able to create a successful Feenix profile. So next up, we'll be having Angelica, who will be showing us the guidelines to your profile and showing us how amazing you should look. You're making your Feenix profile, attracting donors, you know, just being the amazing person that you are on the Feenix platform.
Oh, thank you, Seho, for that amazing introduction. So hello, everyone. I am Angelica. I'm the Student Advancement Officer at Feenix, and I have probably spoken to a lot of you before. And as you can tell, we are really excited for the platform to be open for 2024. So I will just be going through the documents that you will need when registering your profile. So I'll be going into all of the nitty-gritties. Okay, so I think we can dive right in. First off, we have the picture. So the picture that you decide to use is extremely important because this is one of the first things that your potential donor will see. So you need to make sure that this is something that you are intentional about, making sure that your picture shows the best side of you and also making sure that it is of good quality. We also want to make sure that you are keeping your picture updated because, as you know, we constantly change. You could have potentially graduated and you want to showcase that. So we would usually advise that the picture is not older than 12 months. And then also just make sure that you are the focus of your picture. We understand that group pictures can be fun, or you want to show off the people in your life that you are closest to. However, you need to be the one that is standing out. You also need to make sure that your picture is clear and that your background in the picture is clear and also appropriate. We would advise that you don't use any filters like Snapchat or Instagram filters. What we always like to say to students is think of the picture that you use as something you would use on LinkedIn. And then also appropriate clothing is something that is very important. A great idea is to wear something that is in relation to what you are studying. So one example is if you are studying medicine, you could wear your scrubs. And that is also a great way to show off what you are passionate about. Okay, then going into the pictures that we have over here, appropriate facial expressions and poses are also very important. So as you can see, this first picture, this is something that is appropriate to use. And if you go to the next slide, you'll see something that is not appropriate to use. So things like sticking out the tongue or showing a peace sign, even though it can show a bit of your personality, but it is important to remember that your potential future donor will be looking at your fundraising profile. And you also see the next one. It's also a bit, you know, slouching. It's a bit lazy. So we try to avoid those type of things. And lastly, just ensuring that nothing is blocking your face in the picture, such as your hands, sunglasses, or hats, and so on. That's it for the picture. We can move on to the EA1 form. So yeah, the EA1 form and the medical note goes hand in hand. If you are a student who is living with a disability, then we would require these two documents. So the EA1 form is a formal document that you can download from the website, or you can request it through our support team. And it's quite easy to fill out. There are two main points to take into account. If you go to the next slide, Seiko. Yes. So yeah, over here, where it requests the name of an employee, that is where you would add your full name. So your name and your surname. And then where it requests your employee number, that is where you would add your university number. So those are the only two things that are slightly confusing, but then you would complete the rest of the form as usual by stating if you are a student living with a disability, the name of the disability, and then dating and signing the document. So it is quite easy to fill out. And then we move to the medical note. So this is an official letter, as Bash mentioned. This is an official letter from a practicing medical practitioner that states clearly the details of the disability that you are living with. So there are quite a few things that we look for. Firstly, the medical note can't be older than 6 months, but this is depending on the disability that you are living with. So we do understand that there are certain disabilities that are lifelong and can't be corrected through medication or procedures. So we do take that into account when we are looking at your medical notes. And then it's also important the medical note has the signature and the stamp of the practicing medical practitioner in order for us to validate or to verify that the document is legal. Lastly, with the medical note, we unfortunately can't accept a NSFAS disability assessment questionnaire or a note from a university's disability unit because we, like I mentioned, we need it to be an official document from your medical practitioner. Yeah, then we can move on to the ID copy. So this is a very, very important document. So all of your details needs to be clear because this is used to verify your identity. So with the ID copy, you need to make sure that the document certification date is not older than 6 months from the point that you create your profile. And along with this, the stamp certification date on the ID copy needs to be clearly visible. So all your details need to be clear on your ID copy. And this includes things like your name, your ID numbers, your picture, your certification date, and so on. We do also know that some copy machines copy a document slightly darker or lighter than others, or it comes out quite blurry. But unfortunately, we can't accept those documents because they can't be used for verification. If you do have a smart ID card, then you will need to make sure that both sides, so the front and the back of your ID card, is on the certified ID copy. And then also the details that are on the certified ID copy needs to match what you have stated on your Feenix fundraising profile. So please make sure that you are double checking those details and you aren't accidentally adding your family's ID number or cell phone numbers and so on. Please also make sure that the document you upload is a scanned copy of your certified ID copy and not a screenshot or a picture, because the pictures and the screenshots, they usually blur a lot of your details when you upload them onto your profile. And then lastly, with the ID copy, please make sure that the ID copy is not cut off in any way, even if it's in the corner of the ID. We would advise that when you do make your copy, you make sure that the ID is in the center of your copy. Right, then we can move to the official fee statement. Again, a very important document. As Bash mentioned, the official fee statement is an official document from your university stating the outstanding amount that you owe to your university. So an official document from your university will either have your university letterhead or the stamp from your university. So it doesn't need to have both, as Bash mentioned, just one or the other. Okay. Then the document that you upload can't be older than 30 days from the date that you create your fundraising profile, because we want to make sure that your funding goal is as accurate and as recent as possible. The official fee statement also needs to be scanned, like similar to the ID copy. It needs to be scanned and not a screenshot or a picture, because similarly, pictures and screenshots, they tend to blur a lot of your details out, especially when you upload them onto your profile. We also can't accept a proof of registration or fee quotation as an official fee statement, because the goal amount won't be accurate. And then lastly, please make sure that you upload your official fee statement, your full official fee statement, because sometimes a mistake can be made where you only upload one page of a 3-page document, and then when that happens, your outstanding balance is cut off, and we won't be able to add your funding goal, which will then delay the process of profile going live. So please keep that in mind as well. Moving to the biography. Okay, so I'm going to say this is extremely important. All of it is very important. But after seeing your picture, your potential donors will go straight to your story, because they want to find out a bit more about who you are. So your story is really important in helping donors become invested in you and your reason for fundraising. And it also allows you the space and the platform to share your story proudly. So we do have some guidelines over here on how to structure your story and what to potentially include, but you can also check out our Facebook for previous webinars that we've done. One series that I love recommending is the personal branding webinar series, which goes into detail about how you can stand out to your potential donors through powerful storytelling and marketing. You can also check out the fundraising webinars that we've done, where you can get a lot of tips and tools around how to fundraise effectively once your profile does go live. So going into the tips that we have for the biography, the first step is to introduce yourself. Speak to who you are and your goals in life and why you have chosen your field of study. You can then launch into your journey, how you got to be where you are today, and who inspires you. People love reading about that. I know that I do love reading about that. It helps you become invested in the student that you are trying to donate to. So this is also where you get to brag about who you are, what are you doing in your community, and how are you planning to pay it forward in the future. And then you can close off by speaking directly to your community, motivating why this is important to you and how their donations will positively impact you. And then also just be mindful of your grammar and your punctuation in your biography, because again, you are appealing to your potential donors. And then also just want to say that we know that telling your story can be hard, especially, if you have faced some unfortunate circumstances that you need to be vulnerable about. But we hope that you have the courage to do so and have the hope that your story could also inspire others as well. Okay, then we move to the proof of registration. So this is the last document that I will be speaking to. The proof of registration is a formal document from your university that states that you are a registered student. So your proof of registration would then be for the year that you are fundraising towards. And like Bashira mentioned, if you are a graduated student, you can use your letter of completion or the proof of registration for the last year that you were a registered student. Similarly to the fee statement, the proof of registration needs to be on the official university letterhead or have the university stamp. Yeah, please also make sure that all of your details are clear and the document is a PDF or a scanned document and not a picture or a screenshot. And lastly, you need to make sure that the proof of registration is not password protected. Please also make sure that your fee statement is not password protected as well. Unfortunately, we can't keep track of all students' passwords, so we would need the documents to be easily accessible. But that is all for the documents you'll need. I hope that you understand. If you do still have extra questions about the documents, you can pop a question in the chat, or if you think of something later, you can definitely contact support and we will be sure to answer any of your questions. Yeah, back to you, Tefo. You're on mute.
I'm on mute. I heard you. I was saying thank you so much for giving us insight on how you can make your profile more attractive, and also just making sure that you follow those appropriate guidelines, because you want to make sure that when you give in all your information that you're actually able to go live on the platform. And if there's any changes you need to make, it's an easier change than it is to be, okay, I need to go do this, I need to go do that. I think this has been very insightful for everyone. So now we're going to have a Q&A session. We're going to answer a few questions from the chat box. Was it the chat box or the comments? The comments, sorry. Just to get a little bit more insight from everyone. Let me just start off with the first question. Here I think it's Celie. I received an email saying I was deactivated. I was wondering, how can I renew it?
Thank you so much for that question. So because the platform has reopened for 2024, all students who want to continue their fundraising journey this year will need to renew their profile, regardless of what their profile status was in 2023. So all you need to do is log on to your existing profile. Once you've logged on your profile, it should give you the opportunity to renew your profile. And you won't necessarily have to start scratch, like when you created your profile for the very first time. But there will definitely be some blank spots now where you'll need to add some updated information, such as your ID copy, your official fee statement, your proof of registration. And we always, we always encourage students to have another look at the story as well as the picture. Because as Angelica mentioned earlier, we grow, a lot can happen in a year. We could have accomplished a lot. So you want to share that through your story and your picture as well. So yeah, all you need to do is log in, renew your profile, update what needs to be updated, and make sure your profile is complete, and refer back to the guidelines that Angelica shared with you, because one of the quickest ways to get deactivated is when the documents that you're submitting is not matching the guidelines that Angelica spoke about not too long ago, and you are not updating that information in time. So just another tip for you with renewing your profile.
Awesome. Thanks, Bash. Let me read the next question. Last year, Feenix rejected my profile because I was not registered, even though I had outstanding debt with the university. I couldn't register because of the outstanding debt. How can I be helped?
Okay, meaty question. Thank you a lot so much for this question, Bridget. So first and foremost, I'm super sorry that your fundraising journey didn't go as planned in 2023, but we are so excited that you've come back in 2024, and we are here to support you in any possible way to get that profile up and running and valid so that you can actually fundraise, right? So when you say your profile is rejected, right? So there's a lot of different reasons why a profile doesn't actually become valid, right? And so the best advice that I can give to you is to contact the support team directly to understand exactly why your profile did not make it to the valid stage. Once we know what happened during your journey, we can then best advise you on what to do this time so that it doesn't happen again. So like I said, there are multiple reasons why a profile might not make it to the finish line, if you want to put it that way. But for a little more insight and for a deeper understanding of your case, because all cases are unique, we do really recommend that you reach out to us, be it via WhatsApp or email. Let us look into your case specifically, give you some feedback, and then also let's figure out some tips and tricks to make sure that we get your profile up and running and we get you actively fundraising in 2024.
Yeah. Thanks, Bash. Thanks so much. Let me just read this next question. I'm renewing my profile. I asked to upload a transcript, which I do not have. I still have outstanding fees. Can I skip that part? Maybe Ange, you can give us insight on this question.
Right, definitely. So the academic transcript is not a compulsory document that we need when you are creating your fundraising profile. That might be something that we request afterwards if you are to possibly receive donations, but this is not a compulsory document. The main important documents are the ones that I mentioned, so things like your proof of registration and your fee statement. So you don't have to worry about not having the transcript. You can still fundraise without it.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks. I think that gives a little bit more clarity to everyone about what documents are important as well. And then a lady's asking, thank you for the webinar. I created a profile in December but have not been validated yet. Should I wait longer?
Okay. So good question, because I know a lot of students are wondering about that. So our platform closed for 2023 in December. So anything that was created from that point onwards, it was not validated. So you could have created a profile, but the team was not there to validate your profile. So anything from yesterday to December, those profiles are considered to be 2023 profiles. So for 2024, the platform's open. Today is the day that you register for your 2024 profile. So get to that. We'll definitely be looking at your profiles very, very soon. So all you need to do is, if you created a profile in December, you need to log in and just renew all of your information and upload your updated documents, and then we'll be sure to moderate those profiles.
Yeah. Awesome. And then another question is how to, good afternoon, Feenix first. How to complete the profile? Should I go to the website? I think I can weigh in on this. Definitely, yes, do go onto the website. That's where you will have access to create a profile, and actually gives you quite detailed step-by-step on the actual profile, on the actual website itself, on what you can look at. And also you can also get a little bit more insight on who Feenix is, how much we have raised, and how many students we've impacted as well, if you're looking to go and create a profile and also just want to learn a little bit more about who we are and what we provide as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome. This is thank you for giving us very context heavy questions. It's really appreciated. Good day, Feenix. I have the following question. 1, I have completed my profile and everything last year. However, it is still under the validation process. So should we go ask all the questions, or let's do one and then?
Yeah, I think maybe let's segment. So I think Ange spoke to this beautifully not too long ago, right? So anything that was created prior to today is not a 2024 fundraising profile. It is still considered by the system as a 2023 fundraising profile. So those profiles won't be validated. So the best thing for you to do is just log back into your profile. And as Ange spoke about earlier, update or just add your renewed documents onto your profile. Make sure your profile is complete, because only completed profiles can actually be taken through the validation process. And then once you've done that, we can then validate it on our side and give you the feedback that you require with regards to your profile. So that's part 1 of the question answered.
And then part 2, is it up to us to advertise our profile on social media to get funders, or does Feenix help with that?
Okay, so a big part of that is yes. It is very much your responsibility as a student to take control and take pride of your fundraising campaign. And you do this through engaging with the Feenix content and with the Feenix guides, right? So the great part about being a Feenix student is that it's not just us providing you with a safe and secure platform to fundraise. We give you webinars, we give you videos, we give you fundraising guides. And we are there to talk you through the process every step of the way. There are so many different ways that you can fundraise, and social media is only one aspect of that. And the best part about being a Feenix student is, again, you are the first to know when we're having webinars, when we are having educational sessions, to bring to light the different ways that you can successfully fundraise towards your outstanding fees. So when you think about Feenix, don't just think about it as a platform that can help you potentially graduate debt-free or pay off your university fees. Think about it as a platform that's really invested in your well-being holistically, right? We want to help you. We want to give you the tips. We want to give you the tricks. This is the first of many webinars to come. So believe me when I say that the more you engage with us, so the more you'll be able to learn about the different strategies and ways to fundraise. And that will then speak into how you choose to handle your fundraising campaign.
100%. And I think one thing that I can just add on from what Bash has said is that we do, like Bash has said, we do have upcoming webinars coming up as well. But we also do have previous webinars specifically looking at fundraising and how you can successfully do that as a student. One of our colleagues goes deep into how you can do that and what steps can be taken, what resources you can use, and what you yourself as a student can do in such a way to attract more donors. So yeah. And then the third part is, once we have successfully processed everything, can we make any changes afterwards?
And you want to take this one?
Yes. Yes, of course, you can make changes. Once your profile is live, you might not be able to create those changes yourself, but you can email us at support@feenix.org. Send us any of your changes that you want. Send us your picture if you want your updated fee statement because your funding goal changed. If you read your biography again and you just feel that something needs to change, you can email us those items. If you are sending your biography, you can send your biography in the form of a Word document, and we will make sure to make those changes on your behalf. So yes, you can make changes. You just need to contact us and we will definitely assist you.
Awesome. We still have a few more questions. Does Feenix fund an historical debt? So I'm assuming you're asking, I'm assuming the student's asking, does Feenix fund their historical debt? I can partly answer this question and then throw it over to Bash and so we don't directly fund your historical debt. Like we've said, that this is a crowdfunding platform where students can individually fundraise for themselves and donors come forward and donate towards your profile. But Feenix does not fund your debt, if you understand what I'm saying. Maybe Bash, you can add on to what I'm saying.
Yeah. So yes, as we mentioned previously, students who are graduated and who do have historical debt are more than welcome to create fundraising profiles. But Siho is entirely correct. As I mentioned before, your fundraising campaign is exactly that. It's your fundraising campaign. And if there's one thing that we always push for with our students is that you need to be super involved and super active in that campaign, because who's going to tell your story better than you, right? So yes, you've painted a pretty picture on your profile with your motivation, but when you are engaging with your donor communities, when you are creating that caption for your social media post, when you are sending a private message to someone who you're asking for a donation, you are the best person to tell your story and to show this person or this community why you are investment worthy and why investing in your education is one of the best things that they can do. So in terms of, whether you're fundraising towards current debt, whether you're fundraising towards historical debt, either way, it's equally as important. Your education is equally as important, but you being in command of your story, that is the game changer, because no one can do it better than you.
I'm so sorry I got a fright just now. But thank you so much for giving insight, because that's the reason why we do provide additional resources to students, because we know that fundraising can be difficult, and it is an additional skill that we're actually able to give you guys via being on the platform, via going to the webinars, and also the additional wraparound support that we do provide to students, because we do believe that being a student isn't just going to university and getting your degree. You're a person behind that degree. You're going through things. You're doing whatever you need to do. And from our side, we're able to provide that support being on the Feenix platform. So yeah. Next question from Nontantla. There's only an option to upload the proof of registration and ID copy only. Where can we upload the additional documentation like Guardian's ID copy?
And
yes. Okay. So if you are struggling to upload any documents, you can contact us and we'll help you upload them. But regarding the Guardian's ID copy, so that is not something that we need. All we actually need is your Guardian's ID number, so not the actual ID document. So if you are struggling to upload things like your fee statement or your proof of registration, then you can definitely contact us. We'll help you upload. But from what I do know, you can go to the course section on your profile, and that is where you'll upload any of your educational documents. But if you are still struggling to find that option, you can just email it to us and then we'll upload it on your behalf.
Yeah. And with the sponsor ID number, there is a designated section to enter that ID number. So just be mindful when you are entering the ID numbers that you don't mistakenly add your sponsor ID number where your ID number should be and add your ID number where the sponsor ID number should be, right? So just keeping in mind, there is a section that's designated. It will say, or it will ask you to provide a sponsor ID number, and that is where the ID number of your parent, guardian, sibling, whoever it is that you're choosing to, whose ID number you're choosing to enter, that is where the ID number only will then go.
Awesome. Next question is, how does someone know if the fundraising process has started after all the documents has been submitted and everything is valid? Okay. Maybe Bash.
Okay, so the fundraising process starts as soon as you wanted to start. I think that's the best way to answer that. So once we validated your profile, once we've confirmed that you meet all the criteria, everything you submitted is great, it falls within the guidelines, and your profile is valid and now displaying on our website, you can then go ahead right away and start working on your fundraising campaign. You can start sharing your profile link immediately. And whether you choose to do that through social media, through a personal ask, whether you are sharing it with your family in the WhatsApp group and alerting everyone that you've officially started your fundraising campaign and you'll be keeping them updated along the way, the timeline is really and truly dependent on you. But something that we always encourage students to do is start early. Create your profile early. Make sure that when you receive feedback from us, you are implementing it as early as you can. Because the sooner you get a head start on your fundraising journey, the sooner you figure out what works for you and what doesn't, right? Because that's what fundraising is. It's like trial and error. Some methods work for some people and other people are just like, no, this is not for me. I need to find a different way. So why not give yourself as much time as possible to really see which fundraising methods work for you and are showing you the results you want to see, and then continue to implement that throughout the year and hopefully reach your fundraising goal.
Exactly. Awesome. I'm going to take another question. Can one come back again for the second qualification? I think I can answer a little bit on that. Excuse the hardy dars in the back. In terms of your second qualification, when coming on the platform, you need to be registered or proof of registration from your previous year if you have graduated. So also praising towards your current fees as well, providing that fee statement and everything. That is essentially the best way that we can assist you with your second qualification, and also you updating your profile and updating your current information of the fact that you are completing your second qualification. Maybe Bash, Angie can weigh in on that.
Yeah, I think from my side, something that I also just want to remind everyone about is that you cannot fundraise towards outstanding fees owed to two different institutions at the same time. Right. So also just bear that in mind. So I know that for some of us, we might have completed our undergraduate degree at one university, but now we are pursuing our postgraduate degree at another university. And we still have outstanding debt from our undergraduate degree. So you will need to decide on which outstanding debt, or for which university's outstanding debt you want to fundraise for at a time. So you wouldn't be able to fundraise towards qualifications from two separate institutions using one fundraising profile. And I don't know if you have any additional tips or things you just want to make our students aware of on that one.
No, you answered perfectly.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. I think we're going to take on 2 more questions because we are running out of time. So let me just ask this question. I mainly need funds to purchase, I'm so sorry, study material. Should I get quotes from supplier? Maybe Bash, you can on this one.
I don't mind. So very good question. So unfortunately, you can only fundraise towards what is on your official fee statement from your university. So anything outside of your fee statement, that's not something that we can assist you with. So also things like your registration fees, because you aren't registered yet, that's not on your official fee statement, and that's not something that we can assist you with. Where you have things like accommodation, this also depends. So if it's, again, not on your official fee statement, that's then not something that we can assist you with. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Bash, do you have anything to add to that?
No, you covered it spot on.
Awesome. Let's take one more question. If I may ask, I have a problem right now. My results are being held, and I can't register for this year's academically, and I was not able to send my transcription, which is one of the documents needed. So how do we go about in that situation?
Okay, so first of all, kudos to you for being here today and for taking the necessary steps to working towards actually getting your results. And from the Feenix team, we are here to support you and guide you as best as we can in any way that we can on your fundraising journey. So I just wanted to start off with that. So as Ange mentioned earlier, the academic transcripts, and I also want to throw in here the YouTube video, are two parts of the profile that are not compulsory. So it's really great to have if you can obtain your results. It's always great to be able to show donors progress, right? To show them how you're getting on, that you are academically progressing from one year to the next. Or a YouTube video, sometimes it's nice to put a face to the name. Sometimes a picture can say something, but when you actually hear the person speak and you see their body language, it invokes different emotions in certain people. So those two elements of the profile are very nice to have, and we encourage students to really go ahead and add those to the profiles if they can and if they are comfortable. But if you're not able to obtain your academic transcripts, and if you don't feel comfortable uploading a video, this will not negatively affect your profile being validated. As long as you have all the other documents and information that Angelica took you through earlier, as long as all of those are on your profile can be validated, and we can then give you the necessary feedback on that. But if you can't obtain your transcripts and if you don't feel comfortable uploading a YouTube video, please don't stress yourself about it. It's just nice to have, but we will be able to assist you without it. And who knows, maybe later on, if you do feel comfortable sharing those things, you can just let us know. And Ange said, we are more than happy to help you, but when you're ready.
Thank you so much, Bash. Thank you guys for answering all the questions that were posed to us. And I mean, if you have further questions or you're wanting to get in touch with Feenix, please do email support@feenix.org, or even give this number below a WhatsApp, just so that if you have any questions, we're able to get in touch with you. And also, we are on various social media platforms. If you're on Facebook right now, we are obviously on Facebook. We have Instagram, we have Twitter, and we have LinkedIn as well. And we also have YouTube. So you can use YouTube to look at the previous webinars that we've done as well, wanting to get more insight. But also, if you just want to get more information, want to get in touch, wanting to see who Feenix is, what Feenix provides, and also just get a little bit of the face to the name as well, then you can go onto our various platforms. And if you need any questions, like I said, you can go to the support email or even pop us a WhatsApp. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for this webinar. It has been such an amazing experience, and it's been amazing to get all these questions and be able to provide you guys with insight and feedback. And a big thank you to Angelica and Bash for giving us so much information. I am riddled with info in my head. I can even go write a book. I really do appreciate it, guys. I hope you have a great Friday. Go rest, finish your lunch, whatever you need to do this Friday. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.